I'm with her. What a lazy slogan. What is going on, guys? Welcome to just a random collection of thoughts of ranting on just political stuff. Yesterday was the not the dim debate. Yesterday was the debate night or whatever it was, the first one, and I just want to just say a bunch of collective thoughts right now. But first, I want to start off with a comment. Dami Jordan's comment is, so I guess third-party candidates are not an option to you. I feel so torn between Hillary and Jill. Great comment. Really great comment. And here's why it's such a great comment. Is because Jill Stein, I think Jill Stein is her name. She's a candidate for the Green Party, I think it is. See, and that's the part of the issue, is that I don't really know anything about Jill Stein. There's also another guy, John McCary or something, that's also, he's running for the Libertarian Party or something like that. Both of these people, which I've heard nothing about. And sure, part of it is my fault, but the other part is just like the process of political campaigns. It costs lots of money to be shown on the media and whatnot, because the media only it's a very difficult situation, but the reason why I think this is such a great comment is because it really shows how, you know, the system is set up. It's set up so that if you don't invest in a good amount of money, your voice will never be heard, and even if your voice is heard, it still won't compare anywhere near to the... Sorry, I just realized that there's condensation collecting in my muffin that's been sitting here for like a week. Anyhow, you won't be seen as much as the other people that, you know, put campaign money into marketing and all that crazy stuff, which is kind of like, at that point, what's the point? And hear me out. It sounds weird. It sounds really weird, but you know, from what I do know about politics, and I don't know much, but from what I do know about politics, oftentimes any party that isn't a Republican Party, either any party that isn't either a Republican or Democrat Party usually takes away from Democratic votes. Meaning, if you were gonna vote, like if you're not, if your views and all that stuff is in line with the Republican Party, then oftentimes you're gonna vote for the Democrat Party just because, you know, you really don't want the outcome in which the Republicans want. However, when there's another third-party system which you can vote for, that will take away the votes that should be going to the Democratic candidate. And you know, your comment, Dami, is a very interesting case of that. You say you're torn between Hillary and Jill. Well, you know, and again, this race specifically is it's a very special case, because I know that there are people that were Republican before and aren't as supportive for the Republican candidate as they are with Trump, like with past. So it's a special case. However, where I'm going with this is that, you know, everyone who is a Republican is going to vote for Donald Trump, most likely, and everyone who's a Democrat most likely is going to vote for Hillary Clinton, because, you know, she's most shown, and like, people don't like Donald Trump for the things that he stands and things he says and all that stuff. However, for individuals like yourself that might vote for Jill, for example, let's say that makes up 5% of the votes go to Jill, and then let's say 30% goes to Hillary, and then 32 goes to Trump. For example, that 5% could have went to Hillary Clinton. So it's kind of like a lose-lose situation, right? Right. Yeah. What I'm trying to say is, like, if you vote for Jill. Okay, this is probably a way off the wall idea. I'm gonna stop there just because it's too off the wall, but I hope you get what I'm trying to say with that. Another thing I want to rant about is I think that Hillary destroyed Trump on this one by a landslide. But the issue is that, you know, I don't think that either of them are really good reps to represent our country, at least like in this day and age. Like, this day and age now is so much more different, so much more special. I've seen so much growth in the past 10 years that I don't know if either of these two are really good to represent. And you know, Trump has a very interesting way of attacking things. You know, he's really good with manipulation. Uh, I'm not trying to be mean or attack anyone when I say this, but I feel like he's really good at preying on what people fear the most and what excites people, and amplifying that to the point in which, like, those people that don't understand what he's doing mentally to them, it makes them disregard all facts, which it's just, I don't think that our candidate should be doing that. Presidential candidate. But that's not to say that Hillary's not at fault either. She's has many lies, and she's been in the game for many years. So, like, how in touch is she with the actual, you know, common man? There's lots of different things, but this debate was very childish, which is like you could expect that because you're going up against Trump and Hillary. The thing with Hillary is, like, I don't think either of them, I'm going to say this many times, I don't think either of them are good candidates to represent our country in this time. But when it's Hillary versus Trump makes Hillary look like the second coming of Jesus. And mainly the reason for that is because Hillary didn't have to say much. All she had to do was just stand there and let Donald Trump just blah 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 blah. And when we're talking like presidential debate, like for the presidency, everyone's going to be watching this, not just the 100,000 people that support Trump. Everyone is going to be watching this. So that's where his flaws really started to show. And he doesn't have experience with this. Hillary's been doing this for years. She knows certain rebuttals to attack. As she was saying, she wants to be the president. She knows those things. Versus Trump, he knows a lot of things that will get, you know, like TV hype. You know, he knows how to do rebuttals that will get ratings and stuff like that, which is totally different for the presidency. But I will be completely honest with you. I do not know much about either candidate, their policies, and all that stuff. All I know and all I will know is be based on these two debates that are coming up. So with that in mind, you know, as I said, you know, Hillary didn't have to say much, and she didn't really say much. Trump said a lot, though. And one of the most alarming things that he had said that I just don't think is a good approach to be a president. I don't care what you say. The whole, you know, other military, not other militaries, but other countries need to pay us to have a military base there. That's not, I don't think that's a smart thing to do. If you take the example of North Korea, South Korea, it's pretty obvious. I mean, it's not obvious, but it's public record that North Korea wants South Korea to be a part of them. So, you know, Trump becomes president, for example, and he takes out our troops and say, South Korea, pay us if you want us to protect you. Let's just say they can't pay us. They can't pay us. I don't know what their financial situation is, but they can't pay us. And so North Korea's like, hey, look, it's our opportunity to invade. I don't know how President Trump would reply to that, but if he doesn't, then, you know, North Korea becomes one bigger piece of land, in which gives them more capabilities to attack other places. Japan, for example, maybe. And then, you know, we pull our military out of Japan, and Korea takes over Japan as well. And it just doesn't sound good. It's just like money isn't always it's not always the answer to everything. Like, I understand that everyone wants money, everyone needs money. Like, the world's currency is money, but that's not the answer to everything. Just because Donald Trump has made millions, billions, whatever he has made, doesn't make him suitable as a president, you know? And I'm not here just to attack Trump. Clinton as well, man. Just because she has 30 whatever years in office being a senator and X, Y, and Z doesn't make her suitable to be the president as well. In fact, my personal opinion, I think that makes her worse to be the president, because, you know, her reality has been this life for 30 years. You know, how much can she relate to the common man, you know? But man, I don't know. Again, like I said, I want to preface this a million times. I don't know much about either policies on either sides. I am only going off of, you know, the information that I do know, and definitely going off the information that I will be seeing off of these debates. But you're all welcome to throw in your comments and your knowledge, your expertise, and whatnot. I will reply to your comments. I will probably maybe make reply videos if you post really interesting comments like Dami. And yeah, I don't know. These are just my thoughts, man. And what an interesting time. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out. P.S. Extra video today. It's for the Donald Trump fanboys. Peace.